There are a couple of chicken breasts here which I've cut into chunks and marinated in yogurt, lemon juice and ground cinnamon, and this gives it the most wonderful perfumed tenderness. I use basmati rice in this pilaf because I like anyway. It's wonderful fragrance, but here it's lit up with saffron and studded with nuts and these bits of chicken toasted until bronze. But it is saffron scented, so the keynote is saffron. These lovely burnt brick red strands. I'm going to add the saffron straight to the stock because this way you get all the goldenness and flavour permeating through the pilaf later. Taste is very hard to convey in words. For me, the best description of taste ever is in a Huxley novel, Time Must Have a Stop, when a young man drinks champagne for the first time and describes it as apple peeled with a steel knife. And sort of borrowing from that a bit, I think that saffron really has a sort of rusty egginess. It's got astringency, but it's got richness as well. I'm just going to leave that and get on with the rice itself. I want to put butter and oil, but mostly butter, just a tablespoonful really, to stir in the rice first, just let it melt. Because the point again is always balance, and you have lightness but also sumptuousness, and some oil. This doesn't make it sort of heavy, it just adds slight richness, and I want this. There's something about a pilaf anyway which is a feast. And I've got a litre of stock, so I need half that amount, so 500 grams of rice, basmati. The wonderful thing about basmati rice is it takes really 10-15 minutes to cook. Always my rice of choice. And just toss into the butter. Stir through just till it gets coated lightly and is glossy. So in with this wonderful golden liquid. Now on top of this, I want some lemon zest. Really finely grated so it almost dissolves into the rice. The juice of a whole lemon. It sounds like a lot, but it doesn't give sort of invasive sourness. It just balances that light floral fragrance of the rice and the richness of the nuts. This should be coming up for the boil. Oh, it's streamlined. And a few cardamom pods, just 3 or 4 because they're quite strong and I don't want anything to overwhelm, but I want that smoky muskiness that cardamom brings, sort of instant exoticism. Just transferring it to a lower flame, lid on, and in 10 to 15 minutes the rice will be cooked, by which I mean it'll be tender but with a bit of bite and will have absorbed all that golden liquid. Now this pilaf doesn't just have chicken, it has wonderful mixture of toasted nuts. You can use whichever nuts you want. I've got cashews and pine nuts here because I love their fat waxiness. And some flaked almonds, and I'm sure that bought packets of flaked almonds are considered really disreputable and not the thing, but I love them here. While these nuts are toasting, I'm going to just get the chicken out of its yogurt and cinnamon marinade. These nuts are just how I want them, all burnt and bronzed, so I can dispense with them. Now I need to give the chicken the same treatment, but for the chicken, need a bit of oil. Going to check the rice. Ah, perfect. It's absorbed all the liquid and it's just striped with strands of gold. Just chop a bit of parsley while the chicken's bronzing up. Right, we're just talking about an assembly job now, which I always like. Just wait till you see this. Every time I cook rice, when I cook it a lot, I am freshly amazed at how much it swells up. I mean, look at this mound. Always, as ever, you just use a fork for stirring rice so that the grains don't clump together. Just tumble over these nuggets. Most of the bronze nuts can go in now, I think. Still wonderful and warm. Beautiful. Just toss everything gently so it's mixed. Final few bits of these nuts, and then green hit of parsley and some slithered pistachios, not toasted in the pan because I want all that ludicrous greenness. And this is when this comes to life for me. A little touch of the Arabian Nights and sunny shepherd's bush. And how can that be a bad thing? I'm going to have to help myself now. I'm sorry, but I don't even know why I'm apologising.